So I have no specific agenda with this one. The truth is I just need this content pivot of mine to act as an audio visual diary specifically for today and just be candid about my shit. There's no grand fantastical message at the end of this video. Because bro, dog, I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing, okay? Like, I'm sure everyone can relate. There is some part of your life, like some arena, you don't know what the fuck is going on, and there's no way you can anticipate how it's gonna go, so you're just in it for the ride. And that's kind of me right now with like a whole bunch of things. I guess in a nutshell, if I could really tell you what you're about to get in on with this video, it's just me realizing that like the last couple of months for me as an adult, especially having graduated from college, has been just me rewiring myself to understand that though I don't feel like a fit in one specific space, be that dance or even content making or anything I may take up later. If you have multiple pursuits, then the whole name of the game is to just show up and do. Because everything that you're doing simultaneously has like a very different growth progression. Like one thing might be linear, one thing might be non-linear, one thing might be like extremely explosive later after you put in effort. Okay, let me give you some context. So when I was a kid, my parents enrolled me in a whole bunch of classes: badminton, basketball, dance, singing, God knows what else, bro, like arts and crafts, abacus class. You best believe I was faking all of the answers. I was just doing mental maths, yeah, and I was doing some charades, like acting, miming, so to speak. But anyway, tangent. If your parents are letting you be in these many number of classes, then there's like a very fostering environment that's being built in your childhood where all of your interests, however short-lived, are encouraged. And so like I don't know where I sort of pushed this onto myself, but I always thought if I'm not naturally good at something, I shouldn't double down on it because I'm not getting my money's worth out of that and it's not worth investing in, which is such a fucking flawed way to see things. The older you grow, and especially because I really like so many different things, bro. It's not even like me taking up shit on a whim. Like I genuinely like different spaces and how each of them are interconnected because they do bring out a different side of me, of the person I become and the things I do with each of those spaces. So it's not to be abandoned, especially when you're someone like me as a kid who takes up many interests and I impose this mentality onto myself. Eventually, when I became an adult, when I look back to my childhood, it's just a graveyard of multiple interests that I have disowned or not followed through with, probably except for dance. Because genuinely, bro, no matter how much I try running away from it, it is just a part of my life at this point. I'm thankful for it because I've met some beautiful people who I can say are my dearest friends today. Now, I've sort of realized that abandoning certain interests because you don't have the foresight to understand it might have a non-linear growth progression is something that's not sustainable. In fact, if you're someone who naturally has many different interests, it's important to keep all of them and do them, especially if they're promising, because they keep all those different sides of you at exercise. And for example, if you're someone that does performing arts, then your abstract understanding of consumer experience will bleed into a corporate role. Say if you want to be someone that makes content, does marketing, that'll give you a very niche advantage in that space. And so it's very important to keep all of those things as opposed to internalizing a sort of, oh fuck, I don't want to be a jack of all trades, master of none, which is something that I did growing up. Another thing I realized also that's been really helping with my previously shitty relationship to failure, at least a year ago, is I recently took up a hobby of making clay jewelry. Not for any reason that, I'm artistically adept, just that I find it very fascinating and it seems fun to like set things in resin and wear it as a necklace. Like it's just a cute little hobby that I don't know if I'm good at. I don't really care if I'm good at it. It has no monetary benefit and it's just something I do because I like it and I think it's cool. And I think that is also very, very important. And that's been a byproduct of me rewiring myself in terms of understanding that it's okay to do things, many things. And some days I really wish that I could have, been the type of person where you grow up, eventually you find your one key skill or interest, you double, triple down on it, it compounds eventually, and then one day you're a CEO in that space, or like you have a really big role. But the truth is, like, with time I've sort of realized, for better or for worse, it just feels like I like to be in a bunch of different spaces. I don't know why. I'm not gonna go on a limb and say I'm multifaceted, but even if I would say that, it's nothing unique because humans are pretty multifaceted. Yeah, that's just something I've been, I guess, on some days struggling with, but on other days have been on the better end of. And I just wanted to share it. If you're someone that dabbles into many different spaces, I just thought it would be comforting to know if you relate to it. And if you don't, then fuck my life. So yeah, basically this video is about how I'm sort of realizing as an adult, it's not sustainable to abandon your interests if you're someone that likes to do different things, be in a bunch of different spaces, keep at all of them, do show up, enjoy yourself, and have the foresight to understand that each of those interests will have a different trajectory or growth progression, and that it's not for you to just give up on easily. You need to be mindful with each of those things, that you pace yourself out accordingly based on the dynamics of that space or your own skill level and how much you should upskill. So yeah, that's all pretty much for today. My first long format video. This feels fucking fantastic because for once I don't have to compress my thoughts, bro. Yeah, I always thought, okay, there'll be this one time where I start doing long format, but there's never a concept of a good time. It's either day one or one day. So today is day one. Okay. And yeah, have a nice day. Cheers.